What it do, everybody? This is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13, and check it out, yo. This is Jesse's 92 Dodge Stealth. This has been a build that I've been working on for a while because it was such a multifaceted build and there were a couple little hiccups and stuff, but it's finally done, and I got to admit, I am super stoked with the way that it came out. Now, before I go into the stuff that I did, obviously there is a lot done to this car. This is not stock. It's got a lot of custom badges, emblems. The whole thing was gloss black and now has a satin clear PPF film that gives it this kind of matte finish look. And what I did on the rear is I took these taillights, this bar that goes across there, and also the third brake light that goes underneath the wing, and those all had a tinted film on them. So I removed the film and I got to do an experiment and do a tinted mid coat underneath the clear coat. So basically I mixed in black paint and clear mid coat, sprayed that as a base coat over all of these things, and then clear coated over it. And the reason I did that technique was because then you can still cut and modify the clear coat finish on it. I tried wiping it down with a soft cloth, but instead I just gave it a whole bunch of swirl marks. Oops, I guess I'm not very talented there. But the paint job itself is really good, but as you can see, it is extremely dark. So I, of course, replaced the bulbs in there with some super high performance LEDs. This is the parking light setup. So as you can see, it still shines just perfectly fine through there. Those are the iLEDs, which are just superbomb.com. Also, of course, did some LED bulbs down there. So we have a nice bright white for the license plate light. If you haven't noticed, there is a recurring theme here going on. This is a stealth, as in the F-117 stealth fighter. I don't want to show off too much of the work that I didn't do, but as you can see, it is the Nighthawk edition. This is all done by Auto Mods down in Sarasota, which is a phenomenal shop that I have a lot of respect for. I want to show you the brake light with these tinted taillights here.
Brake!
So as you can see, even though these things are super dark, they still light up just fine, and there is no reduction in safety by doing this tinted taillight mod. But it certainly looks 100 times better than that like really cheap film that goes over the top of everything. So I'm happy with that, and that is small peanuts compared to what I did up front. So this is a first gen as compared to the 3000 GT that I did a couple weeks ago, which was a second gen. Obviously this one has the pop-up headlights, so let's go ahead and hit that beautiful button. Pop up. Okay, so first and foremost, these are just standard 4x6 headlights in here. So at first I really wanted to do a build, but the depth here is just absolutely impermissible. I think it's about 4 inches total that I had to work with. So originally the idea of buying a rear reflector 4x6 and I was gonna retrofit it, and then basically there was just no projector that's shallow enough, so I had to do with an off-the-shelf solution. So these are the Morimoto Seal 4s, which is an LED dual low beam projector, and also those are the high beams there. So it's a really decent, respectable sealed drop-in solution. So it gives us the lighting performance that we need for this car, so we can actually have usable headlight output. And so it is now, you know, a drivable, safe vehicle. These were the original headlights for this car, which are sealed halogen bulbs, and the output on these is absolutely terrible. The output on these Morimoto sealed 4x6s isn't fantastic, and to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed in the inconsistency of the beam pattern between the left and the right side. I think there's a little bit of a quality control issue that I think I would like addressed there, but ultimately it's light years ahead of what these things were, and therefore it's gonna be marked as a win. One tiny little modification that I did was that this bezel around here, the actual trim that goes around that was originally chrome, but obviously you can tell there's not a lot of chrome on this vehicle, i.e. there is none. So I painted that bezel gloss black so that it would disappear. Now replacing these headlights isn't actually just a straightforward thing. It does have a switching negative ground on this vehicle, so it did take a little bit of rewiring through a relay to make these things work. So what did I do on this car that's actually so much fun? These lower assemblies right down here, that's where all the fun is at. So obviously I smoked those out as well, and then what I did was I built out this turn signal location where it's got sequential 9-inch strips, and that goes right down like that, and it's completely ghosted out all the way up until you turn on the turn signal, and then it looks super cool. But then if we come inside of the car, you see this beautiful little switch panel. This is again made by Automods, and there's that switch right there that says strobe lights, and I'm gonna flick on that switch. Okay, so the strobe light switch is on, and so there's some strobe lights already installed on the vehicle on the sides there, and also I think there's one on the back. Yeah, there's one on the back too. Huh, I knew that. And so what I did is I added my little flare. I integrated with that strobe light output, and I ghosted in an emblem of an F-117 fighter jet in that front lighting assembly and backlit it with some LED strips, and so it completely ghosts out and is impossible to see all the way up until when it is backlit, like so. And the finished result is just this little sneaky little thing that like it just strobes and it like pops up there and like, hey, it's cool. The devil is definitely in the details, and that's why I really like and appreciate Jesse, is because he appreciates the details. This is a really cool eclectic car. I was honored that he let me work on it and add my little flair with my specialties in doing the headlights and these lighting assemblies, which were basically just smoked out to begin with by that tint film, and we didn't really have much of a game plan other than like, let's do something cool. So I came up with this idea to throw sequentials in there and a little backlit Nighthawk in there, and voila, here we are. So for this particular build, I'll put the pricing and product information in the video description, but it's kind of a one-off situation. But the whole point is to illustrate the fact that what I love doing is this type of one-off work. Super eclectic, super custom is my favorite type of work. So if you have any interest in having me work on your vehicle, please by all means reach out to me via the form on the website. That link to the website will be in the video description as well. Thank you so much for watching. This is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13. I hope you're having yourself a wonderful day. Oh man, I love this car. I'll talk to you later. See ya!